Not every friendship you are fighting to keep deserves the blessing you are asking God to put on it. You have been praying for restoration. You have been fasting for peace. You have been believing God to fix what is broken between you and certain people in your life. But there are 5 types of friendships that God will never bless, no matter how many prayers you pray over them, not because He cannot. Because He will not. Today I am going to name all 5, and once you see them, you will finally understand why some of your prayers have been going unanswered. Type 1. The friendship that only exists when you are useful. I once watched a young man pour everything into a friend. His time, his money, his emotional energy. The moment he lost his job and had nothing to offer, that friend disappeared without a single phone call. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. Proverbs 17. A friendship that vanishes the moment you stop being useful was never a friendship. It was a transaction you mistook for loyalty. God does not bless transactions dressed up as covenants. But the next one is even more dangerous because it feels spiritual on the surface. Type 2. The friendship that pulls you away from God every single time. I clearly remember a woman who told me her closest friend was a believer. They went to the same church, used the same language, knew the same scriptures. But every time they spent time together, she came home feeling spiritually hollow, not filled. The friendship looked godly from the outside. Inside, it was quietly draining her. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. If you consistently feel farther from God after spending time with someone, that friendship is working against the direction God is moving you. A friendship that dims your fire every time you leave it was never lit by the same source as yours. Now here is the one almost nobody in the church will warn you about. Type 3. The friendship built on shared sin instead of shared growth. I once knew 2 young men who called each other best friends, and they were in a certain sense. But the only thing that held them together was a shared habit they both knew was wrong. When one of them tried to change, the other became the biggest obstacle in his path. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron. But 2 blunt edges rubbing against each other only produce heat, never a sharper edge. God will not bless a friendship whose entire foundation is what you are both doing wrong. A friendship that requires you to stay broken to stay connected is not a friendship, it is a chain, and this next type is the one that surprises most Christians because it feels like loyalty. Type 4. The one-sided friendship you keep working to save alone. I clearly remember a woman who had been trying to restore a friendship for 2 years. She sent the messages, she apologized first, she made the effort every single time. The other person received it all and gave almost nothing back. She had confused endurance with faithfulness and exhaustion with love. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4:9. God designed friendship to produce something for both people, not to consume one person while the other takes. A friendship that only works because you are carrying all of it alone is not a friendship God will sustain. Carrying someone who refuses to walk is not loyalty. It is exhaustion mistaken for love, and the last one is the most painful, because this person may genuinely love you. Type 5. The friendship that was meant for a season you have already left. I once watched a young man refuse to let go of a friendship from his past because the history was real and the affection was genuine. But God had moved him into a completely new season, new values, new direction, new assignment. Every time he returned to that friendship, it pulled him backward. The friendship was not bad, it was simply over. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Some friendships were never meant to last forever. They were meant for a chapter. Forcing them into the next chapter does not honor the friendship. It dishonors the season God is trying to move you into. Holding on to who you were to keep a friendship is the slowest way to lose who God is making you. This message is not about walking away from every imperfect friendship or treating every difficult person as a threat. God calls us to love, to forgive, and to pursue peace. The body of Christ is full of genuine, iron-sharpening friendships that are worth fighting for. This is about discerning which ones God is actually blessing and having the courage to stop begging Him to bless the ones He is not. God is not withholding His blessing from your life. He is withholding it from specific connections that were never designed to carry it. Relationish what He is not blessing. Make room for what He is already preparing. The friendships God designs for your next season will not drain you, pull you backward, or require you to shrink. They will sharpen you, stretch you, and move you closer to everything He placed you on this earth to do. Type this in the comments right now. I choose God's blessing over familiar comfort. Name one friendship that came to mind during this video. Take it to God in prayer and ask Him honestly, is this one you are blessing, or one I have been trying to bless myself? Share this with someone who has been exhausted trying to keep a friendship alive that God may already be releasing them from. Skuskarv to faith after pain. Because every week we go deeper into the life God is actually building for you.